teacher Max here again, and today I am very, very excited because we are going to do something new. Now, before we begin, I would like to tell you that this is not going to be like our usual lessons. I will be telling you a story, showing you some photos or some pictures to alleviate the boredom, but you are more than welcome to just listen to the story, and then we are going to have a questionnaire at the end of the storytelling, which you will have to answer, whether it's writing or saying it out loud. This is not only to test your listening skills and your ability to develop logical thinking, you will also learn some new vocabulary words in my speech. We will be speaking about stories that are connected to folk tales. Now, those of you that are not familiar with a folk tale, it can be categorized in approximately 5 different types. They can be fairy tales, they can be legend, tall tales, myths, and my personal favorite, fables. Now, what is a folk tale, Teacher Max? Folk tales are short stories that have been passed down from one generation to another generation. I love folk tales because we might not always know where they come from, but we do know they have a beautiful message. Excuse me. Have a look at this, please. It is a short tale often used to teach a moral lesson. The purpose of fables are to instruct, to teach humans a lesson which they will recognize, overcoming bad habits and so forth. Sometimes it can be considered as humorous. Now, today's folk tale is about actually one of my favorite stories. Have you heard of this before? Yes. The hare has many friends. Now, please remember to listen carefully. I can encourage you to perhaps watch the video more than once, but that kind of defeats the purpose. So please watch it once, listen carefully, and answer the easy questions. Maybe not so easy, I hope, at the end. Are you ready? Let's begin. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, in a lush forest with tall, towering trees, the scorching sun shone down on the animals gallivanting in the grasslands below. One particular animal was a very important character in the forest because this animal thought that having many friends was indeed the most important aspect of his life. The beautiful brown-eyed hare, with his vigorous personality, would hop around the forest, hoping to make friends. He would take time out of his day to wander through the undergrowth, into the bushes, and greet each character and animal by name. Now, the beautiful hare felt the more friends he had, the more popular he was. And he would say to himself, "Oh, I am so popular. I am so proud. I have so many friends." And he would scuttle by and greet each of his so-called friends as he passed them by. Because the hare thought that having a quantity of friends over quality is the most important thing in his life. I'll repeat, it made him happy to believe that quantity over quality is important. But one day, something terrible happened because this day would change our hare friend's life. He heard a noise in the forest. Now, this noise was unlike any noise he had heard before, but his instincts warned him. And even though he had wandered deeper into the depths of the forest, he knew that these ominous sounds should not be there. So what did he do? He ran away, because after he heard these heavy footfalls of the boots, he then heard the braying and the barking of the hounds, and he knew it was hunting season. The little hare dashed away as fast as his legs could carry him, and swiftly over logs, under logs, in between trees, he darted in the forest, until he stumbled onto his first friend. It was a herd of magnificent horses grazing tranquilly in the fields. The horse lifted its head, shook its mane, and said, "Little hare, why are you running so fast?" The hare was so out of breath, he had to tell the horse, "Please, my friend, you have to help me. Can you hear those sounds? The hunters are in the forest and they're going to catch me." "Surely you must be mistaken. I would love to help you, but my fellow friends and I, we are grazing. Best of luck," the horse said, and turned around, trotting away, carefree. The hare was shocked, taken aback. Did his friend just reject him? But before he could think any further, he heard footsteps and the dogs barking. The hunters were getting closer. He ran. The hare ran fast, speedily, over, under, in between all the shrubbery, until he ran straight into the magnificent deer with these spectacular antlers grazing and walking majestically. I'm sorry to bother you." The rabbit felt a little bit uncomfortable. "But we are friends, are we not?" "Yes," the deer said, immediately answering his question. "Well, I need someone to take me on his back, and you have a broad back. I need to get away from the hunters," the hare said. Oh, he shook his beautiful neck and gracefully turned to the side, and the deer said, "I would love to be of assistance, but my mate is waiting in the forest. I will see you soon." And he walked away. The hare was stunned, but before he could think about what just transpired, he ran because he heard the loud barking of the hounds. And as he ran, he stumbled onto yet another friend. His friend was the cow, which he had spoken to on numerous occasions. "Cow, my friend," the hare reiterated the word friend. "My friend, please help me, my friend. The hunters are in the forest and your back. It's big enough to carry me to safety. Please, will you help me?" "Moo," the cow answered lazily. "I would love to help you, but unfortunately, I don't want to make the farmer mad, because he may want to milk us later. Moo, maybe some other day." The rabbit was starting to get a little bit annoyed, because all his friends seemed to be busy or unwilling to help him. But before he could ponder about this any further, he heard more boots, more stamping of feet. There were more than one of the hunters in the forest. And the rabbit knew that if he did not move along swiftly, surely they would catch him and hurt him. And without another word, he left the cow behind and he darted away. Luckily, not far along, he stumbled onto Goat. Now, he and Goat, he thought, had such a good friendship, because they always spoke about the weather, and they were both into their meaty food. They loved eating the greens and the plantation around the shrubs, and they especially liked nibbling on the ferns below the ground, which the taller animals couldn't find. But as he explained himself to Goat, Goat seemed to be nonchalant. "I'm sorry, I want to help you," the goat, "but I cannot because I myself have been hunted, so I don't want to get involved. And he continued to munch on the leaf. Now the hare was not annoyed, but clearly frustrated. But before having any further thoughts about his frustration, he knew that he had to get away, and he ran. His next friend was not really considered a friend because the sheep, all he said was ba, ba, ba. Even though Hare had tried to maintain a friendship, he knew that the sheep was not actually going to help him because he might not even understand him. He tried to explain to him, I want to get on your back, but the sheep just shook his head bah, and followed the rest of the flock grazing in the fields. When he stumbled on his next friend in his mad dash to get away from the hunters, he found the pig. Oh, yes, I can hear them, the pig said enthusiastically. They are behind you, are they not? Really close by the sound of it. Please, please, I know you are smaller than I am, the hare begged at this point. Could you kindly take me away? Well, you know, the farmer, we have to eat and it's just so warm and that mud is so inviting. And the pig was stumbling on his words because he did clearly not want to help the hare. The hare pounded his little foot in frustration and didn't even let the pig finish his stumbling words, and he ran away faster than he had ever before. When he finally came to the lake, he was exhausted. He was thirsty and frightened and very angry and disappointed at his lack of friends willing to help him. He knew the duck was small, but this was his last resort. Please, duck, maybe you and some fellow ducks could help me fly away, carry me. I need to get to safety. I know, quack, 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 I am your friend, quack, quack, quack. But unfortunately, you know, it's a relaxing day, quack, quack, quack. And if I'm not mistaken, the sun is about to go down. So we cannot help you, but best of luck. Under the water, the duck dived. The hare was stunned, disappointed, and he realized a very important lesson this day. It didn't matter how many friends you had. Quantity, the number of friends, was not important over quality. If he had fewer friends, maybe those friends would have cared more about him. So he did the only thing that he knew how. He ran as fast as he could, as far as he could, trying to remember the valuable lesson which he had learned this day. Not that if you were in trouble, you had to run away without asking for help. The moral of his story today was that the hare that had too many friends, he should always remember that if you have a close number of friends, you can always be certain that they will be reliable. Never value quantity over quality. Now, what is the moral of the hare that has many friends? Not just about quantity and quality. What can you tell me? What do you think it is? It teaches us that no matter how insignificant a smaller number of problems or a smaller number of friendship groups are, use your time wisely. Concentrate on the smaller aspects instead of the larger ones that can actually just waste your time. Now, next, I will be presenting you with a questionnaire. Please kindly press pause and then you can look at the answers after you have completed either writing or speaking out loud. Let me find this for you. One moment. Here we go. This is our questionnaire. I hope you enjoyed the story. You can take about 5 minutes to kindly fill this in, and then you can press play again and compare your answers to mine. Please press pause now. Okay, welcome back if you have pressed play and we have resumed the video. You have read all the 5 questions and now I'll be presenting you with the answers and you are more than welcome to compare them to your answers. If you have gotten them all correct, I am very, very happy and very impressed. Once again, it was amazing to have you join us today with the storytelling and the listening. I sincerely hope that you will be back for more because there are numerous amounts of videos so we can improve our listening and our vocabulary. Thank you so much for joining our lesson. And remember, stay tuned. There are many videos and many storytelling and educational English videos that will help you improve your English knowledge. Goodbye. Thank you.